So it is Earth Week this week, Darsha, and I know that this is something close to your heart. And I wanted to just open it up and ask you, what would you like to share in terms of your vision for the kind of Earth and the kind of society that we should have, and how that maps back to how we raise our children?
One of the aspects of the evolved nest is nature immersion and connection. So we co-evolved with the natural world. So we are oriented to connecting to the animals, the plants, the winds, the waterways. And that's something that when you live in a city or inside four walls, you spend most of your time inside. I guess a few years ago, there was a study that asked Americans how long they spent outside, and the average amount spent outside per year was 24 hours.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, so that's like running from your house to your car every
Every
day.
day. Yeah, that's about it.
So anyway, that is abnormal for our species.
Normal, not how
And
we evolved to be.
no, right. And we are now, because we're so detached from nature, from our lack of immersion and connection, we are destroying the planet. And so we need to learn from the animals and the plants how to live well, how to live in a way that's responsible and respectful, because that's what our ancestors did. We kind of just forgot about it because we got less experience with nature. So I think it's vital to provide the evolved nest in its fullest sense. And the last component of the nine is restoring healing practices, regular healing practices for when we get out of balance, for when we forget our relational responsibilities, for when we feel mentally or physically unwell. Healing practices bring us back into relationship. And that relationship includes then all our relations, all the animals and plants, waterways, mountains, air, and so that we uh, tamp down our big ego because we have to all build a big ego to get through this traumatizing society. We need to start to diminish it, which is what our ancestral context they did. They didn't allow big egos, and they didn't need to have one because your needs are met, and everyone loves you. And not everyone loves you, but everyone's there to be supportive of one another. So
So
let's
that's why children who are nurtured well are more likely to have this mentality later and treat the earth well.
Yes, as long as, I mean, you could give all the other evolved nest components and not have a nature immersion and connection, and the individual will feel, do well and be cooperative with people, but they may not with the natural world. So it's really important to put have babies out on when they're very young, to be outside and attending to the sun and the animals and the plants around them. And you do that every day. You have them, and then you give them more freedom to explore. Well, baby boomers used to have, freedom all day long to run around the neighborhood and blocks and miles away and explore the creeks or whatever. We need to allow that again.